Hold on 1 second. There we go. And we are live, brother.
What's up, guys? This is Big Dru. This is Tight Lifestyle. I'm back again. Yes, it's Friday and it's 2 p.m. Eastern Time. That's what I do every single week. So if you guys or girls are interested in Titan therapies, what Titan's all about, therapy of the week, Titan events, Q&A, and all that good stuff, tune in every week at 2 p.m. As I always do every week, I'll give everybody a chance to start tuning in, give some shout outs. I see my boy Ben Greer's on here. Shout out to Ben. As everyone's getting their comments and people are logging on, I'm going to talk about an event that we had last week. Last week we had the Pose with the Pros. That was at Metroflex Gym, Tampa, the brand new location, and it was a great one. A lot of pros, too many pros to even count. I mean, a lot of times at these posing seminars, just to break it down, what a posing seminar is usually they'll bring like a professional bodybuilder, one or two, or sometimes it's just one. They'll bring them to a gym and they'll tell people about it, and local people, whether you're pro or amateur, you can come and learn from the professional, learn, pose with the pros. Normally it's like one pro or even two and maybe like 10 competitors. This weekend was jam-packed. I mean, we had like, I can't even count how many pros we had. Probably 20 high-level pros, and they all went down in the microphone and said what they do and who they are, which is great. As always, Titan Medical was the official sponsor for that event, so it was great to actually have that event there. We did the Ronnie Coleman event there a few weeks back, or a month back, I should say, and that went great. So again, shout out to Matt over at Metroflex for always letting us use his gym, and I sponsored his events. Again, it was a great event. We had the women posing inside 2 different rooms, and we had the males posing outside. Now, posing outside, people, it's Florida, it's almost 100 degrees, so I actually like it. With the guys posing outside, it actually gave their body a little glimpse of what it's going to look like with the oil, because they were sweating so much, which is actually a good thing. And being able to pose and breathe and hold your poses outside when it's 90, 95, 100 degrees will make it a lot easier when you come inside. So it's the summertime now. It's real hot in Florida. It's hot pretty much all over the country. So one thing, guys or girls, pose outside, pose in that heat, pose in the sunlight, get used to being uncomfortable. So when you go up on stage, those lights aren't going to be anywhere near as hot as the sun, and you're probably going to have AC, so it's not going to have humidity, so it'll be a lot easier. But again, great event. Tim Garden was there as well. Shout out to Tim. He's always at a lot of events that we do. He's the head promoter of the Tampa Pro, and we're the official sponsor of that. I'll get into that a little bit later. And also the Hurricane Pro. But Tim Garden was there. He's a head IFBB Pro judge. I was actually sitting next to him while all the girls were coming out on their lineups, going through each individual pose. So it was like mimicking almost like a real show. The women would stand out. Tim would call them out. He would call the pose, have them do their quarter turns, have them shuffle around and place them the same way like it would be on a show. So that was a good, that's a good look too when you have a head judge calling you out. But again, great event. I'm looking forward to doing more events like this. I didn't pose. I'm not prepping right now. I'm not going on stage anytime soon, but it was great to be a part of it. And again, that was at Metroflex, and it was nuts. So next event, Metroflex, I'm pretty sure we're there. Matt, again, thank you, and Tim, great show. Now, let's get on, see who's on. Let's see who's on here right now. Not a lot of people on right now. I'm not sure where everybody's at. We got Rumble. Let me see if I can see. A lot of different screens I'm working with right now. Just give me 1 second. I'll wait for some people to jump on. The screens are a little scrambled right now. But again, speaking of Tim Gardner, we got the Tampa Pro coming up. Tampa Pro, it's July 31st to August 2nd. It's at the Grand Hyatt Bayport, same place it was last year. It's real easy to get to. It's about 5 minutes from the airport, so people that are flying in, it's real close. But again, explore Tampa. Tampa is not just that area. People come in for Tampa Pro they go to the Tampa Pro and they go around that area and they don't really explore. You got to get into the city, you got to get into the Channel Side, the River Walk, you know, the nightlife. It's a lot to do in Tampa now. Water Street's all built up. Tampa Pro, that's July 31st, August 2nd. Again, Grand Hyatt Bayport. It's a 2-day show. It's an amateur show and it's a pro show. So the amateurs are going to be going NPC, and the IFBB, that's the pros. So if anybody here is NPC or IFBB, you guys aren't familiar with bodybuilding, NPC is amateur, IFBB is pro. Bringing back women's bodybuilding this year. So women's bodybuilding is coming back. Now people say, what do you mean bringing back bodybuilding? It's always been around. The actual category of women's bodybuilding. Now bodybuilding as a whole has bikini, has figure, has fitness, it has physique, it has bodybuilding. Bodybuilding being the bigger, more muscular, the biggest, most muscular women out there. They're bringing it back this year. It wasn't there last year, so I'm very excited about that. That's one of my favorite female categories. I like figure, I like physique, and I like bodybuilding. Bikini is good too. I like muscle, so I like to see actual muscle. But they're bringing that back, so that's great. I know some people personally that are competing, well, I'm excited about that. And again, it's an Olympia qualifier. The Tampa Pro is an Olympia qualifier, so a lot of times this is people's last chance to qualify for the Big O, the big show. So again, July 31st, August 2nd, we're going to be the title sponsor. We'll be giving out free amino and B12 shots. So those are 100% free. We do them every year. We did them last year. So just come by the booth. You get free t-shirts. All we need is your email, and you get free t-shirts, free B12, and free amino shots. That's all we need is your email. So there's nothing you have to sign up for, just a simple email, phone number, or just email if that's all you want to give. The booth will be probably right near the main area where it was last year, walking in the main corridor. But as soon as you walk into the Tampa Pro, you're going to see us. We're going to have signs everywhere. We're the title sponsor. We'll have a couple girls walking around with goodie bags with t-shirts and iPads. So it's going to be a great, great show. Again, that's a Tim Gardner show, and Titan Medical is the official sponsor. Now after that, we're getting into the Hurricane Pro. Again, Tim Gardner is the official promoter of that show. It's his show, and we are the official sponsor for the Hurricane Pro. Same situation, different location. It's going to be at the Coliseum in St. Pete, not too far, maybe 15, 20 minutes from downtown Tampa. So it's just over the bridge. So if you hear St. Pete, think it's far, far away. I live downtown Tampa. It's like 15, 20 minutes without traffic for me. Again, it's a 2-day show, NPC Amateur, IFBB Pro. And again, Olympia qualifier. It's one of the last chances people can qualify for the Olympia. So again, I can't wait for that show. I love the Coliseum too, the venue that it's at. It's a smaller venue. The way the ceilings are, the expo, the lighting, I just like that old, I like the old setup. It's an up north field type Coliseum. And anybody who's familiar with the movie Cocoon, old school movie, like real old, from like the 70s or 80s, I'm not sure. Real old school movie Cocoon, that movie was actually filmed in the Coliseum. Yep. If you guys notice the pool scenes, you look at the roof, it's the same roof at the Coliseum at this show. So that's a quick fun fact. But yeah, that's the Hurricane Pro. And again, I'll get the specific dates. I'm not sure if I have my guy pulled up on the screen. I believe it's in, right now. I'll have to pull it up. I can't be, I know the Hurricane, the Tampa Pro's the 31st and the 2nd. But the Hurricane Pro's there too. And then after that, the big show, the Big O, the Olympia. The Olympia, again, I'll pull up dates for that as well. That's going to be, I believe, at the World Resort. I'll get a specific location. But again, Titan Medical, we will be there. We'll have a booth. We have plenty of special guests. We have some new Titans that we just signed we're bringing out there. So it's going to be a great time. And again, Hurricane is going to be October 17th through 18th. That's the St. Pete show at the Coliseum. And then the Olympia is going to be pushing back. I believe that's, let me see, trying to get all these dates in my head. I'm not sure exactly what the Olympia, but the Olympia is going to be insane this year. So Michael Hearn, I mean, we're talking, I don't want to give away too many guests, but I know we got three big time guests, plus a lot of people that are just saying they're going to come by. A lot of people that aren't even, quote, Titan athletes are going to be just chilling, hanging out at the booth. So come by the booth. You'll see me. You'll see Rod. Shout out to my boy Waddy. We're bringing him on this year to come to Olympia. So it's going to be a great, great time. A lot of events, a lot of stuff going on Olympia weekend. Anybody who's familiar with Olympia weekend, it's crazy. It's like the biggest fitness gathering in almost the world for the year. It's just insane. It's going to be nice. It's going to be nice. I'm not a fan of Vegas, but I'm a huge fan of the Olympia. And I am a fan of Vegas for having 24-hour food at all times. So I'm not really a partier. I'm not really a casino, clubby type guy. But I'm a food guy and I'm a chill guy. So they have nice hotels with 24-hour food. That's pretty much where I'll be, at the hotel, at the resort, just chilling. But again, that's the Olympia, October 9th to 12th. And it's going to be at the Las Vegas Convention Center. That's where the expo will be. So that's where the booth will be at, the Titan booth, all the special guests I just told you about. That's at the the Las Vegas Convention Center. And the actual show, I believe, is at the World Hyatt. Let me see, the World Hyatt, I'm not sure, the World Grand Resort. Let me see. I could pull up the specific, but we don't want you. We want you at the at the Las Vegas Convention Center anyway. So that's where it's at, October 9th to 12th. So people, get ready. Get your body ready. That's what we do. Even if you're not going on stage, you want to look right walking around the expo and taking pictures and stuff like that. So I know people, when it comes to bodybuilding in my area, my fitness fields, a lot of people are like, they're starting to get ready for the Olympia now, even though they want to walk around. They might want to get a sponsor. They might want to look right and walk up on a sponsor and say, this is who I am, check me out. So the Olympia, you don't have to be contest shape. You don't have to deplete your body and, you don't take diuretics and do all kinds of crazy stuff. But you definitely want to be right. You want to look right for the pictures. I know I do. So I'll probably start leaning down a little bit, get the weight a little bit, waist a little bit tighter, just in case I come out the shirt, or just in case, you take a picture and it's floating around somewhere. You don't want to look off. So that's definitely where you don't want to look off. But let's get into some of the topics I have today. One of them was the importance of digestion. Overall, it's very important to be to digest your food properly. But the importance of digestion when it comes to medication, when it comes to bodybuilding, when it comes to some of the things you do. A lot of times people, they'll have a high-fat diet. iPad, slow down a little bit. They'll have a high-fat diet, and what happens is, within their high-fat diet, they're taking an oral medication, and the oral medication is not breaking down properly because it's lodged in the oil or fat in your stomach from a high-fat diet. In other words, if I take an ECA cap, what is ECA? Ephedra, caffeine, aspirin, B12, and chromium. That's what we have here at Titan Medical. It's what I take before I train. It gives me a boost, gets the blood flow, helps me breathe. Now, if I say have avocado or almond butter or coconut oil or just something that's very high fat in my stomach, before I put that capsule in my mouth, when I swallow that capsule, it's going to get lodged in the grease. The grease is literally going to slow it down, and it may not hit my body when I want it to. The timing's going to be off. Or it just may be such a slow of a digestion process that I'm not getting the full benefit out of it. So, in terms of digestion, whether it's bodybuilding, whether it's anything you do, you want to make sure you digest them properly, because otherwise it doesn't matter what type of food you're having. You want to have the right foods, the right training, and all that. But if you're not digesting, if you're eating 6 meals a day, you have 6 meals a day, or even 5 meals, or some people even do 7 every 2 hours or whatever. If you have 7 meals in your body, you're only using the bathroom once a day, that's 6 meals sitting there. So then the next day, if you have another 6 meals and you only use the bathroom once, then that's 5 meals sitting there. So in the course of a week, you may use the restroom. If you're only using the restroom once or even twice a day, but you're eating 20, 30 meals, then you really need to get your digestion on point. And you also need to make sure your medication is working properly, because you're going to be wasting your money. If I go drink, say if I drink 3 or 4 tablespoons of olive oil, yeah, olive oil is a clean oil. It's not that bad, or even coconut oil or even avocado oil. If I have 2 or 3 tablespoons of that, and then I even take, even if it's something for a headache like an Advil, if I take that, the Advil is not going to work the way it's supposed to, because you're supposed to take it every 4 hours. So that grease is slowing it down, so it's not hitting my body. So after 4 hours, it's like it's really not working. And then what happens when you have too much fat in your body, you take more of the medication than what's needed because it's not working. So you go to the doctor and you say, I've been taking 2 pills for my headache. And they say, oh, it's not working. Oh, let's increase it to 3. Oh, that's not working. Well, let's increase it to 4. Oh, that's not working. Well, let's try a different medication altogether. It's more dangerous, even stronger. That's not working. But the doctor failed to ask, what are you eating before you take these medications? You go to the vet says, why is your dog sick? And the vet's going to ask you, what did you feed the dog? They're not going to ask any other questions other than what it ate. So veterinary doctors are getting it right, but it seems like doctors deal with humans. They always want to put us on more medication and mask the problem rather than fix it. So that's one thing in terms of digestion. It's not just digestion with your, let me see. I'm trying to pull this up so I can get some info for you guys that I had. Here we go. Yeah, but it's not just the for oral medications as well. Even in terms of fat loss, like I said, if you're trying to lose weight, you may be eating quality food. You may be eating the right food. It may be whatever your thing is, low sodium, no carb, no processed food. You may be eating 100% healthy, but on paper, avocado, peanut butter, or almond butter, and all that stuff seems somewhat healthy. But also on paper, it's like, yeah, I'm eating all the right healthy stuff. How come I'm not losing the weight? I notice a lot of women, they may not use the bathroom as much as men. I'm not sure why, but I've seen it, whether girls I've dated or just people I've known of, they just don't use the bathroom as much as we do. And a lot of times women will be lean, they won't have high body fat, but they'll be bloated. So that bloat is not so much that they're fat or they're gaining fat, it's just that they're not using the restroom enough. So, I mean, you need to make sure you're digesting properly for fat too, for fat loss too, or weight loss, because you're gonna feel, oh, I feel bloated, I feel like I'm gaining weight, but just you haven't excreted enough when you use the bathroom. So that's the main thing. So how you could treat that? BPC 157 is very, very good at a ligament and tendon repair, or muscle recovery after hard workouts. BPC 157 also works to help any type of healing. So it could be a sunburn, it could be a cut, helps good with that too. But two things people don't talk about that it helps with a lot is acid reflux or GERD. So if you have severe heartburn because of whatever foods you're eating, BPC 157 will help with that. Now, if you have severe acid reflux, that's going to cause you to be constipated and not regular in order to flush out the food. A lot of times, acid reflux is caused by constipation. So that's like the first thing. I mean, if you have heartburn, acid reflux, like real bad, and you're not using the bathroom, and it's been over 2 hours and it's time to eat, that's very uncomfortable. So then you may skip the meal, slow your metabolism down, and then it just causes a whole slew of problems. So BPC actually helps with acid reflux, which is also going to help with your digestion, digestion. So I would challenge people that I'm not a huge eater of fats. People always say healthy fats. I'm not a fan of fats because why would I want to put fat into my body and then try to burn it off? I'd rather eat clean protein and clean carbs, manipulate those, and take care of my, no sugar, no lactose, low seasoning. I'd rather do it that way than have fats. So people out there that are doing no carbs and they have to do high fats, I don't believe you have to. It's maybe like a myth. But again, if you're having trouble with your oral medications or weight loss or even muscle gain, because again, if you're trying to gain muscle, it's not just about losing. If you're trying to gain muscle, and again, you have heartburn, you're bloated, you haven't used the restroom, you rushed out in the morning, didn't use the restroom, now you're sitting at work, and you don't want to use the restroom at work, or you're at school, you don't want to use the restroom, or you're on the run, and you don't want to use the restroom, and you wait, and then now it's time to eat again, then it's just, you need to become regular. You need to become regular with your meals all the time throughout the day, regular with your water all the time throughout the day, and regular using the restroom. When you become like that, that's when you become a machine. When you figure out, 5 foods that work for you, that you could just eat and they're in and out of you, you feel good, they're no bloat, you're clean. That's how dogs eat. You have to eat like a dog. When you first get a dog, you find that a food that works for the dog, you try different kinds, it may throw up, have diarrhea, a couple different, but once you find that one food that sticks with that dog, that's what the dog eats. He eats that same food at the same time every day. He uses the bathroom at the same time every day when you take it out for its walks. And if the dog uses the bathroom and it looks different, you automatically know it ate something wrong. It's not, because of hereditary, or it's because there's something the dog ate. So you need to do the same thing. Find foods that work for you, eat them all the time, So that way, like what I do, I eat the same food all the time. So if I feel off one day, I know it's not because of what I ate. I know if I go travel and I have even a different cut of steak or seasoned differently, as soon as I eat it, I'm like, oh man, that didn't sit right. What do you mean? That was the top sirloin from a nice restaurant. I don't know how they cooked it. I don't know what kind of seasoning. I don't know what kind of oils. You know, unless you're literally plain, no oil, nothing, all your meats, that's the best way to do it. So again, digestion is huge. I wish I knew this earlier when I was eating, fast food, bulking and doing all that crazy stuff. Digestion is huge. Men or women, when you look at people that have the flattest stomachs with the less bloat, they're not walking around all day eating and not using the bathroom. Their digestion is pretty good. Whether you're competitive bodybuilding or not, you need to be using the bathroom as many times as you eat meals throughout the day or more. And if you're not, then you could actually do a colon cleanse or certain things like that. But it's better to, rather than just do a colon cleanse and then start all over again eating like crap, it's better to just slowly start eating well. Maybe take a probiotic, maybe take certain medications or things that flush out your stomach. Magnesium citrate's a good one. I don't recommend it all the time, but a couple bottles of that will flush you out. And then you can start eating proper foods and get those oils out of you. If you have peanut butter stuck to a knife or a spoon in the soapy water all day long, you come home from work, it's still sitting in that soap. That peanut butter didn't go nowhere. So think about what that fat's doing in your stomach. You have to literally take anti-grease soap and everything and scrub it down just to get it, off that spoon. So magnesium citrate, this is just my personal recommendation. Is a lot better than pill laxatives and all that stuff because it's going to literally bubble everything up, break it down, and then just get rid of everything. And then once that happens, now you start eating good, you start eating clean, and you're like, look, I don't want to eat no more cheese or pizza or certain things. You can figure out what your body can do. But again, digestion is everything. See, we got for comments on here right now. I don't see any comments. I'm not sure if the screen is off or what's going on. I don't see any let me see. What's the chat? We got a different setup the past couple weeks, so just bear with me as I try to get used to trying to figure out how to get the comments to come up. Let me see if I go over. I'm gonna go over to Titan 2.0 real quick. See who's over there. Yeah, the Titan 2.0 is not on. But I will jump into the therapy of the week. Therapy of the week, stacked and jacked. What is stacked and jacked? Stacked and jacked is Hercules Potion, one of my all-time favorites. And what we did with this is we threw in some hexarelin with the Hercules Potion. Now, Hercules Potion, I mean, I've done like probably 300 shows, so I've talked about Hercules Potion, and I continue to talk about it because I love it. Hercules Potion is it's a blend of aminos, citrulline, arginine, leucine, things like that. And it's doctor prescribed. It's basically like branched chain aminos, but not the powder with the fillers. It, again, gives you heartburn and causes digestion problems. You spot inject the muscle before you train. And it's water-based, so it's very thin. So it's not like a testosterone cypionate injection that's going to be very painful. What you do is you would just spot inject the muscle, like an insulin needle, maybe half inch, 29, 30 gauge insulin needle, half ml, 2 mLs, and you just train. And you're gonna get a localized pump like you've never felt before. This is not a site enhancement oil. This isn't something that's gonna it's not a implant, or it's not like, what's the word I'm looking for, like a filler or something that's going to be permanent. It's just literally going to put aminos into the muscle to give it a better pump, more vascularity, more endurance. And again, it's the same products and the same ingredients that you will find in your BCAAs from your local supplement stores. But again, you're only going to have those pharmaceutical grade aminos. And you're going to have no fillers, no artificial dyes, no artificial colors, no artificial sweeteners, no artificial anything, just pure pharmaceutical grade. And again, it's going directly into the muscle, so it doesn't have to go into your stomach. So you don't have to worry about if you did have a high-fat meal or if you ate too much before the gym and now it's not working. Hercules Potion, I could eat 3 cups of rice and 10 ounces of steak right now, and take Hercules Potion as soon as I swallow my last bite, and go to the gym, and the pump's gonna be nuts. Like food has, like Hercules Potion laughs at food in my system. Where if I take pre-workout with food in my system, I'm gonna be running to the bathroom, I'm gonna have heartburn and hiccups. It's gonna feel weird. I'm gonna feel that nauseous pre-workout taste in my mouth. Like it's not gonna work. But again, that's Hercules Potion. Now hexarelin is like the new kid on the block. It's a synthetic peptide and a member of the growth hormone releasing peptides. So it's a GHRP. It's often studied for its potential benefits in stimulating the release of growth hormones. So what does that do? It increases growth hormone production, muscle growth and strength. Similar to
it's
Hercules
often
Potion.
studied
Now,
for its
joint
potential.
and connective tissue health. Now, one thing that Hercules Potion doesn't have as much as this has is stuff for your joint and connective tissues. Again, if you're getting really strong, you have a lot of energy and stamina in the gym, you want to make sure those ligaments and joints are strong and healthy so they don't pop. A lot of times, men or women, their muscles get too strong for the ligaments, and their muscle can handle the weight, but the ligament can't. Again, that's why stuff like BPC 157
I don't know what happened.
when you're starting your weight gain or your muscle gain process, so that way you don't have those problems. Again, what else does hexarelin do? Anti-aging properties. So again, those problems. Growth hormone,
Again, what else
more
does-
muscle growth and strength, fat loss, joint and connective tissue health, anti-aging properties, recovery, that kind of goes hand along with the BPC, and improved sleep. Very important, because again, sleep and digestion are probably 2 of the most important things in terms of burning fat, building muscle, changing your body. Because you can go to the gym all day long, work out, and eat the right foods, but if you're not sleeping, everything is off. You can eat all the right foods and get all the right sleep and do the exact workout and everything like that, but if your sleep is off, you're off. If your digestion is off with all those meals, you're off. So sleep and digestion is huge. And again, the hexarelin, which is part of the Jacked and Stacked, is going to help you with the sleep. So again, that's the Jacked and Stacked therapy of the week. And we always give discounts every week. And if you guys need an additional discount, feel free to hit up my line on my Instagram or my Facebook. If you have that, I'll give you a code or I'll hook you up. I'll definitely hook you up. Now, one thing I won't hook, there's a couple things I can't hook you up with, but stuff like this or other things that I can definitely hook you up. If you guys need blood work or ladies need blood work, my coupon code is BGDRU, and that would be BW1 for men, and BW2 for women. So blood work 1 for men, blood work 2. BW1 for men, BW2 for women. If you need a discount on your blood work, you can always use that code. That's my code, so thank me later for that. But again, blood work is very, very important. So blood work, digestion, sleep. It's like I keep saying these things are the most important, but when you think about it, it's like those are very important because your blood work's going to determine everything, your sleep's going to determine everything, and your digestion's going to determine everything. So that's what it is. Jacked and Stacked. Now we do have a new therapy. Let me pull this up. We got some. I'm gonna give you a new one that just came out. I just got this info today, and I know bodybuilders are gonna go crazy when they hear this. I'm a BPC 157 guy myself, but this new thing is definitely gonna help with your joints. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Just a second. Now this new one. Here it is right now. Titan Medical. We are also now offering Nandrolone and melanotan 1. Now Nandrolone. Anybody who isn't familiar with that name, I'm sure they're familiar with the name DECA. Now as soon as I say DECA, I know all these old school bodybuilders say, oh, DECA. Yes, I got this information today. We are now offering Nandrolone and melanotan 1. Now, Nandrolone, otherwise known as DECA, the actual name is Nandrolone decanate. That's why people call it DECA. There's also a Nandrolone phenylpropionate, which is like a fast-acting Nandrolone or fast-acting DECA. But I know we are offering Nandrolone. I'm not sure the exact ester yet because it's so new. I'm assuming it's going to be the decanate ester. So people that are familiar with DECA, that's what Nandrolone decanate is. But again, we're offering that. Now, what does Nandrolone do? It's going to help with joint pain. It's going to help lubricate your. It's going to help lubricate your joints so you have a better workout. Helps a little bit with muscle gain and stuff like that, but we're not going to give you a bodybuilder dosage. We're not going to give you, to get you big. Our thing here at Titan is to make you look good, feel good, and perform good. So we're going to give you basically like an HRT dose type with nandrolone. I'm not sure exactly the milligrams on that. I'm sure this is something that we have never carried before. So I'll get into all that a little bit more. But again, people out there that are familiar with nandrolone, our melanotan 1, we're now offering nandrolones. So call 727-389-3220. Just let them know I just watched Drew's show. He was saying what's up with nandrolone, and I'm sure they'll give you the rundown. But again, I know a lot of people have been asking that over the years. I'm always like, no, we don't carry it, we don't carry it, we don't carry it. Now we do. So figure out how you get that. I'm sure you need blood work. Obviously, you're going to need your blood work there. You're not just going to be able to come in and say, I want nandrolone and get a bottle. You have to show your blood work. Your blood work has to show you need this in order for our medical providers to give it to you. This isn't a regular clinic, like, I'm not saying regular, but this isn't your typical, HRT type clinic where you can just go in and say, hey, I want nandrolone, fill out this form, we'll give it to you. It doesn't work like that here at Titan. That's why we've been here for so long, because we don't cut corners. We make sure you're healthy, we don't overprescribe, that's what we do. But again, nandrolone's available, so jump on it. Now we have another one too. The other one that we do have now is 5-amino 1NQ. Now I know these people are like, what's up with all these numbers and names and MK677 and BPC? It's very confusing. It's almost like you're in an algebra class or something like that. But it does get confusing. But if you ever wonder what they are, you can just Google them or call. But just make sure you get the exact numbers and letters correctly, because one letter or number off could be a totally different compound. But 5-amino 1NQ. I'm getting into more to that once the shows go on. But it's a brand new therapy. It's going to help you revitalize, energize, and transform. So I'm all about energy. I'm all about feeling good. That's why I love things with oxytocin and stuff to help you feel good in it. But again, new therapy alert, 501-amino Q. You guys could see it right here. This is how live we are right here. You guys can see it on my iPad right here. 501-amino Q. So get ready. Get ready. I'm real interested to see what this is going to be, how it's going to turn out. And you know me. I'm about to put it in my I'll let you guys know what blood work is needed for that therapy. I'm not sure. It might be needed for that therapy. I'm not sure. But a lot of the amino stuff that we have, you don't need blood work for it, because aminos aren't really like, I'm not going to say, they're not really so much illegal like that.
No blood work on this one.
Yeah, no blood work. No, I just got info on it. No blood work on the 5-1-amino Q. So no blood work needed for that, which is good. So now if you need that and there's no blood work needed, all you got to do is call 727-389-3220. You can ask them how to go about it, or you can go to Titan Medical, www.titanmedicalcenter.com. Go on the website, click new patient paperwork, and once you go to that, go to male or female. Once you fill out your paperwork, then call. I mean, you can literally do it from I do everything from my phone, like literally everything. You pick up your phone, just go in there, fill everything out. Once it's done, boom, then you can call, hey, this is Drew. I just filled out my paperwork. They can pull it up, boom, everything's good. Yeah, I need some 5-1-amino Q. They can let you know the cost, let us know how to get it to you. And again, we ship nationwide. We ship all over the U.S. The only state we don't ship to is Idaho. But if you're in Idaho and you need to get this, we can ship to someone else in a neighboring state, and then they can ship it to you. So again, Amino Q is great. It targets and reduces stubborn fat, especially visceral fat. So kind of like testosterone. Testosterone is going to help with the abs and get your stomach right. This helps with visceral fat, boosts cellular energy by enhancing NAD production, increases metabolism and fat oxidation, supports muscle preservation while cutting fat, improves insulin sensitivity, blood sugar balance, breaks through weight loss plateaus. That's a huge one, because I know a lot of people out there have been, I've been trying to lose weight for so long, and I've been doing this and I've been doing that. Hey, this might be the breakthrough. So if you're reaching a plateau, it helps with that too. And it's also a great addition along other weight loss therapies. So yes, you could take this with other stuff that we have at Titan. So say if you're doing, I don't know, you could take it with AOD 9604, or you could take it with ECA stack. That's what I'll probably do. But yeah, and again, just call 727-389-320. You could also text that number. If you're a texter like me, you don't feel like dealing with people, just text it. Just text it, hey, what's up? Ask them questions, we'll text you back. It's not AI, it's not automated, so you're gonna actually speak to someone, and they'll get it out to you and let you know how you can get it. And that's the therapies of the week, jacked and stacked, and 501 amino Q is the new one. So whenever we have new therapies come out, I always get excited. It's almost like I'm not the guinea pig, but I kind of wait just to see like what other people are, how they're reacting, how they're liking it when they start it. So a lot of times we have new products come out and we have patients try them before I try them pretty much all the time, except for, HRT basic stuff. But again, I'm excited about this. A lot of the other therapies that we had, some of them aren't available anymore. We have better ones coming out. We have a slew of new ones coming out. I mean, I had a conversation with John last week and he was telling me that we got some stuff coming out where there's no excuse to get big, there's no excuse to lose fat, there's no excuse to get strong, there's no excuse why your joints should still hurt. I mean, we can fix everything. We can fix your hair, your skin, your nails, your libido, your ligaments and connective tissue, your tendons, your muscle loss. We could help you gain muscle. We could help you get stronger. We could help you get more of a pump. We could help you sleep better. We could help women that have any hormonal issues because they took birth control when they're younger and their hormones a little off. We could help you feel better. We have birth control. We have literally like everything. So we're not just, people see me and they think, oh yeah, it's just big muscle guys, bodybuilders. Not at all. I'm pretty much the only one over here that looks like me. All the other girls, they look like regular girls. All the media guys look like regular guys. So it's not just about being jacked and stacked and big. It's about helping you feel good. We have stuff literally for everything, almost everything. Eyesight's one of the ones. I'm looking forward to when we have something where we could have an injectable where you, or even a capsule where you could take it and help your eyesight. So that's pretty much one thing I'm thinking that, do we have anything that helps with eyesight or like sense of smell or taste? That's pretty much the only thing, but I'm sure that a lot of our therapies do help with that. It's just not highlighted. A lot of our therapies that we have, I highlight the main things that they help, but if you really get deeper into it, they help with a lot more. BPC when it first came out was, oh, it's gonna make the pain go away, your elbows, your knees, tendons. Over time, now we're like, wait a minute, it helps with acid reflux, it helps with sunburn, it helps with cuts. So a lot of other therapies, we're finding out that they're helping with a lot too. Kind of like Cialis and Tadalafil. Originally it was, prescribed for erectile dysfunction, and now they're figuring out that it's helping people lower their blood pressure because their blood's moving more freely. So low dose Tadalafil or Cialis. And again, Tadalafil and Cialis, that's another thing we offer. So if you have any libido issues, if you have ED, erectile dysfunction, people don't like to talk about, hey, it is what it is. If you have it, call us. We can fix that too. We're literally fixing everything. We're not just getting you to come back next month and get more money out of you. We're fixing the problem rather than just masking it. So again, that's what we do here at Titan Lifestyle. I'll be here every single week. Again, make sure you check out the events we have. The big 3 ones are the Tampa Pro, that's in 2 weeks, I believe, from tomorrow. And then the Hurricane Pro, and then the big show, the Big O, Mr. Olympia. That's going to be insane with plenty of special guests. But again, I'm Big Dru. This is Titan Lifestyle. I'll be back next week. If you got questions and you can't get to them on the show, feel free to message me on Messenger or DM me, or if you know me personally, you can shoot me a text. I get very detailed in my questions and my answers and all that, and I actually enjoy it. I'm like, that's what I do in my spare time. I just read and just watch videos. I love this stuff. We're doing it 20 years. I'm gonna do it another 20. So this is Big Dru for Titan Lifestyle. Big shout out to John. See you next week. I'm out.